Hey everyone, we're going to talk all about Le Bistro today. Come with us and talk about it. Hey everyone, Johnny from Bite Size Cruises. Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. Thank you for coming to check out one of our videos. We're just a small travel agency. We try to provide the best information humanly possible about cruising so you can plan and go on an amazing cruise vacation. If that sounds great, hit that little subscribe button. It's free. It doesn't hurt you to hit it. Just tap, give it a little tap. Today we're going to talk all about Le Bistro. I've tried pretty much every iteration of Le Bistro on all of the NCL ships I've been on. It is our second favorite specialty dining restaurant, right behind Jamie's Italian on Royal. So on Norwegian, Le Bistro is the French offering. It's traditional French food. They do have a partnership with Veuve Clicquot. I believe it's pronounced Verve officially. I've heard the sommelier pronounce it Veuve Clicquot, but you know what I'm talking about. Everybody else calls it Veuve. It is what it is. It is the champagne that they have a partnership on board of all the NCL ships. If you do have one of the interesting things, if you do have the premium drink package on Norwegian, the Premium Plus, you can get that, a glass of that included in your meals. If you don't, it's a huge, pretty big upcharge because I think the basic package covers up to 15 bucks and a glass of that champagne is 29. Also outrageous. But anywho, let's talk about Le Bistro. I love the Breakaway and Breakaway Plus class versions of Le Bistro where it spills out onto the 6, 7, 8 place there. It doesn't do that on Joy where we were at. It's on a different floor. It's on deck 8 across from Cagney's, usually where Moderno is on those other ships. So it didn't feel quite the same as Le Bistro usually does. But the food was just as great as it always is. If you've never been to Le Bistro, you're going to see some things maybe you haven't tried before. If you haven't tried French food, or maybe things you may think are a little fancy or bougie, but the food is really good. So let's talk about the appetizers. You have a little steak tartare. This is excellent. The escargot is a big hit. Those are amazing. And then they have the pan-seared scallops, which is what I got this time. They were really, really good. It comes in it's almost like a little soup. It's a velouté, which is a kind of mix between a sauce and a soup. I'm not a chef. Someone will correct me on that, I'm sure. So that's delicious. They then have soups and salads. Remember, if you have a dining package, it is pretty much all inclusive unless you decide to go ham on the menu and try to get everything. But I've never had them say no to me about an additional appetizer or like an appetizer, a soup, and an entree and a dessert. So again, I'm not sure why anybody would do a la carte. If you went here and tried to do a la carte, it would cost you hundreds of dollars. Doesn't make any sense. Just buy the dining package if you plan on doing some specialty dining. So they do have a French onion soup at a French restaurant. There you go. They also have a cream of mushroom soup. I've had both of those. They're both excellent. They have a goat cheese croquette with a little salad, which comes with Granny Smith apples and some beets. It is excellent. And they have an endive salad, which I've never actually had. I'm sure it's delightful. Then you have your mains. They have a filet mignon. It does have a $10 supplement on it because you get the tenderloin, you get foie gras, a fondant potato, mushrooms, and a sauce. That is spectacular. I have gotten that many times. It used to be my go-to. I now try to mix it up because we go on so many cruises and we talk about things on YouTube. I try to mix it up and try other things. Sometimes it's good for me. Sometimes it's not, but it's always good content. So we do it. They do have a roasted pork chop. Again, Meg and I talked about this while we were on the cruise. If I'm going out to a restaurant, especially a nice French restaurant, the idea that I'm going to get a pork chop is not happening. Neither here or at Cagney's. We talked about it at Cagney's as well. I'm sure it's great, but pork chop does not do it for me for fine dining, but I'm sure it's an excellent pork chop. Next up is the lamb chop, which I have tried. It has Moroccan spices on it. It is really, really good. There's no supplement for that, but it's almost the same price, which is interesting. So then if you love chicken, they do have coq au vin, which is a traditional French chicken dish. And they have a maple leaf duck breast, which Meg gets all the time, and she loves that. It is great. For seafood, they have a Dover sole. Really, really good. I've had that. I've had the lobster thermidor. So my feeling, and that's a $25 supplement. I don't know why, like this and the filet are the same price. They're $49. The filet is a $10 supplement. This one's $25. I guess just because it's lobster. It's good. I wouldn't pay extra for it. So I wouldn't pay extra on top of the dining package. So try something different if you're there, or if you feel like you love lobster that much. I just didn't think it was worth the upgrade. The sea bass is really, really good. I get that quite often. And then they do have a vegetarian option, which is a portobello mushroom and vegetables with puff pastry, goat cheese, and some sweet potato sauce. I've never had that. It sounds great, but if I'm going out to eat, I am certainly not vegan or vegetarian, so that doesn't really appeal to me. But if you are, that's fantastic. Next up, you have your desserts. So they have the Fraser, which is strawberries with a cream and almond sponge cake. Then they have a dark chocolate with like a rice crunch in it and Chambord raspberry sauce. That's awesome. I've had it. I've had the Fraser too. It's very good. It's light. They have a chestnut Bavarian cream. That's pretty good. The poached pear is spectacular. I've had that. Then they have the flottant, which is little meringue pillows. Very good as well. And that's a good light one if you are looking for something light. Then they do have very nicely for a French restaurant, they do have a cheese plate that you can get, which AJ from our team usually gets because she is allergic to eggs and beef. And then they have sorbets and ice cream, which are pretty standard. Again, Le Bistro, as well as all the other restaurants, do serve Starbucks, which is an additional cost unless you have the Premium Plus package. So overall, Le Bistro is excellent. I find the service to be excellent. The food is always excellent. And generally, the ambiance feels like a fancy French restaurant. Again, on Joy, it didn't quite feel like that. It felt like Cagney's. It felt like we were just sitting in Cagney's or Moderno, since that's kind of where it is. But the food was still great. The service was still great. The wines are really good. We had the Premium Plus. We did the Free at Sea Plus on this one. And the premium drink package, being able to get the really good wines was very, very nice. And you can get a bottle of wine with your meal, and it's included, which was really nice as well. Not that we need that much wine. So overall, I really like Le Bistro. If you are doing, I said this about teppanyaki too, if you are doing like 2 or 3 specialty dinings, I think I would lean, especially on Joy, I would lean Le Bistro and teppanyaki. One's really fun and the food's good. The other one, the food's spectacular. So those are my 2 if I had 2. And then if I had to add a third, I would start looking at Ocean Blue. And then do some of the other ones a la carte if you wanted to try things. But if you do the Free at Sea standard and you're in a balcony, you're going to get those specialty dinings. So my recommendation would be teppanyaki and Le Bistro as your 2. If you get 3, it would be to add on Ocean Blue there if you love seafood. If not, obviously that's not going to be great. I would add Cagney's on if you are all about the meats. And so we'll do another one tomorrow. Once again, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Check out Le Bistro on your next cruise and let us know what you think. Comment below if you've been there, if you like it or you don't like it. I know food is very subjective, so everybody has their own thoughts and feelings. Let us know what you think, and we will see everyone tomorrow. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.